Um, right. 10 years ago, well, just over 10 years ago today, I started this YouTube channel and we and I did it because I wanted to upload random stuff. Because back then, YouTube had an editor, a little in-game editor, well, not an in-website editor. You could chuck little photos in, and it would be little 10-second clips of Google Images. Now we're here, where I've literally got a full PC set up with a capture card, my PS5, Xbox Series S, Nintendo Switch, you name it. And it's been a journey. But yeah. So I mean, I started this when I was in primary school. I am now out of school. 10 years. That isn't a long time. Year 5, year 6, I started this. I'm now out of school, doing whatever I want, and I am privately going to celebrate this because next week I'm going away for a week or so, for Monday to Friday. I'm not going to say where because I can't. There's going to be people watching this video. I do not want them coming to where I'm going, but I am going away. But I mean, I'm just here to talk about the good times. I mean, I remember the first live stream I did. I think it was Scans Imaginators, because I got my PlayStation 4 for Christmas. I think a few days later, I pressed live, and that pretty much kick-started everything off. It was just in my mum's bedroom at the time. Literally, probably 8 years ago today, that's when things proper kicked off. Well, 8 years on Christmas, regardless. That's when it all kicked off. So 2015, 16, 15, 16, that's when it all kicked off. I was in the bedroom. I've always knew there's been a live stream function because that's what my dad used to. Because my dad had one PlayStation 4. He still has one now, a PlayStation 4 Pro. I got the Slim for Christmas with Lego Star Wars, Minecraft, and Skylanders Imaginators. I remember sitting in that bedroom, plugging the little cheap mic into the DualShock 4, putting it into my ear, and then just pressing record. Back when I used to use my first name and my last name. Yeah. That's back when I used to use my first and last name. And then from there, I mean, it's just took off. I remember, I think, was it a year later, I got my I got a PlayStation camera, and then you could actually see my face. It was, I think, a year or something later, 6 months, a year later, something like that. PlayStation camera, chucked it on top of the telly at the time. Then you can now see my face. I also remember prior when I used to have, and I've still got it, by the way. I've still got it. It's in one of these drawers here somewhere. Somewhere here. I still have it. I can't find it, but I still have my tablet. My old little 8-inch tablet. It only had a front camera. It never had a back camera, which was why you always saw me turn it. It never had a back camera. I still have that with me to this day. My iPad, something happened to the battery with that, and then it was I mean, back when I was younger, I loved it. And then I remember when the move happened, I moved all to North Street. No internet for a month or so. I couldn't find my tablet back then. No, the camera was broken on the tablet. My iPad was broken because of that. I could not record. And back then, it was difficult to screen record just straight off your tablet or phone. Now it's just built in. So, I mean, and it was also at a point where my brother had spent so much money, of my mum's money, on the PlayStation that the IP blocked it. So I couldn't even live stream. So that was that massive hiatus I had. But then, oh gosh, when I come here, there was a whole situation. My mum, without me knowing, sold my old PlayStation 4. I'm not going to get into that, because I think there's probably legal stuff still going on with that. But we fast forward, and then fast forward, what, 6 months later? Christmas, because I was here, and stuff happened, so I was brought to my nan's. Stuff happened, like I say, Christmas that year, I have a brand new PlayStation 4 Slim with FIFA 19, and I still have. I literally, all the games I've got for the PlayStation, digital and physical, I think with the exception of FIFA 20, I don't even know what happened to that because I took good care of it. I've got a full career mode save and Ultimate Team and everything. Well, don't know about the Ultimate Team now, it might be gone because of their servers. But I had a full career mode on it because that was during lockdown. I don't know what happened to the disc. I'm going to have to go and grab a new copy, I think, from... So you can copy it now, but it does not copy. Does not copy all the way. Anyways, enough about that. But every game I've got now for the PlayStation 4 works fine. And the PlayStation 5, well, they all... And, yeah, that PlayStation 4, though, I've still got it. I'm not going to take it out. It's just down there in storage. I'm not going to take it out because I will absolutely... It's just on top of stuff. And then I remember I never wanted to play on it because it would always, the fan or the heat sink would constantly make noise. It was like, I did not like it. So I would even go and play on Fortnite on the Switch, even though it looked terrible. I would still play Fortnite on the Switch because it was the noise of the PlayStation 4. And then I remember, and I'm yet to make a video on this, and I'm going to grab it now. Because it's difficult to record with VR, because you have to get really face cam with this. But I've got a Quest 2. I think I remember 2020, what was it, 2020? Yeah, 2021, 2020 or 2021. Something like that. I remember waking up, getting this Christmas, along with the telly, and that's a funny story why I broke that. So I woke up one morning, I remember getting up, walking towards the door, I collapse, the TV goes, and then the inside of the screen goes with it as well. But the TV I'm still using is the one I have had since I've started this channel. I think I got that one in 2015, roughly. But, yeah. There was a PlayStation 4 in 2016, I do apologise on that one. But I remember waking up and I just collapsed. I collapsed, boom, just by my door, and it just all went. But that's in the past now. I mean, I still use I've got... And then, what? I remember Christmas morning 2022. I wake up. I was like, I knew my brother was getting a PlayStation 5. So I was like, happy for him. I walk into the bedroom, my nan's bedroom, which is just down there. There it was. The PlayStation 5. I couldn't have. I'm like, and I thought that was one of my cousins. I thought it wasn't everything. This, I mean, I remember going in there, and there was the PlayStation 5, Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, and Horizon Zero Dawn. Like, no, no. I was not. I don't cry over things. I've never cried. I can get emotional when under pressure, but I've never cried over getting something new. But that's another story. So I remember walking like going, "No way." But and obviously now I mean that was the. I remember that day. I used my nan's Ethernet cable for the telly because it was fast, and obviously with it being Christmas Day, everyone was obviously got one. So I plugged the Ethernet cable, one into my PlayStation 4, one into my PlayStation 5, and literally just swapping everything over. Literally, it was. I copied all the data onto that. Everything, well, it was all my save data and everything. Even that took a while because of the servers. But that was fun. I my Nintendo Switch 2017. I got that Christmas. My birthday's in March. My birthday was exactly 2 weeks after the Nintendo Switch launched. But back then, I never used to get anything like that for my birthday. It would always be Christmas that I'd get like a new computer or something. Might get maybe a phone or I don't know a few bits for my birthday, but it would never be anything too big. And then gosh, 2020, what? And I'm gonna take this and bring it up before that falls, because you're about to fall. Gosh, Christmas 2021, I think it was. Was it? Yeah, if it was 21. Yeah, so it was 2021, Christmas 2021. I was in the actually, no, it was Christmas 2020. My apologies. It was one of them, anyways. It was 20 or 21. I'm waking up, going downstairs, boom, and I mean there was the PC. I think, and bear in mind I didn't get I got I think £30 a week back then from the EMA scheme, which would allow me to get my dinners. So I couldn't just afford a capture. I mean, I could. I mean, I thought the capture card that I recorded now, I got with that money, but back then I literally asked, "Can I get a capture card?" And it's like, so I can record. Well, so I could really just record my Nintendo Switch. I mean, now I just record everything with the capture card. I mean, it's never unplugged. The capture card. It's never been unplugged. Apart from when I saw cables out and that, normally they go straight back in HDMI, one into the telly, one into the console, both go into the capture card with the USB down to the computer. But I have honestly just again I just remember it was I mean, imagine just waking up and then obviously you saw I've slowed down a little bit because of issues that have been going. I can't even talk about them because of what could happen. But what I am gonna say is, and then obviously July last year. I mean, it was end of July, start of August. I was on holiday, right? Pontins, because that's all we can afford, really. We can't caravans for 500 quid. This was 150 quid for the summer. I mean, I did not realise it was for under 18s. Bear in mind, I'm now 20 years old. I mean, I started this when I was 10 years old. I'm 20 years old now. So I ran. Now, bear in mind, it was on grass, and I did my ankles like, nah, this is not right. I mean, I was just scared. I mean, that is a story in itself. I'm gonna have to tell you that one on live stream if I haven't already. But the full story, I'm gonna have to tell you. I've probably told you already in some, but yeah, and it was like and every time I went to record, it was just felt uncomfortable. This leg here, which is the one I broke, right, was so uncomfortable every time I went to go on the desk. And literally where my feet are now, with where a Zimmer frame was, or crutches, whatever it was at the time. Oh gosh. And just a couple of months prior to that, it was last year again, I went on my first holiday on my own. It was like, it was Pontins, because it was 40 quid. And I actually enjoyed it. It was, I think I went with £150 spending money, something like that. And I went, now I couldn't time this perfectly, because it was basically no one there. And as in, there could be a gap between every chalet, and I think it would still be, you could have person gap, and I still don't think it would have all been full if you were to do it that way. Well, not even a problem. There were some little people there, yet there was still someone straight next door to me. I mean, that was funny. Because yeah, there was all these, no one there. You could literally have that, but yet there was still someone right next door to me. I have no idea what they were thinking, but it's whatever. I mean, I went out loads. I just enjoyed myself whilst I was there. But you know. But then back to the YouTube side of things. I mean, I remember the vlogs I did. I tend not to do vlogs now because obviously again I focus more on gaming. And that if I want to vlog, now every time I go out, unless it's in the midweek, or a Saturday afternoon, or Friday evening, I really can't vlog because it's I go in for the it's always with family. It's always with family. Unless I'm on my own, it's always with family. I mean, that's true, but I can't really vlog as such. I mean, as in, it is normally extended family, as in, and a lot of them don't like being, although they are all a lot older from when I first started it, a lot of them don't want to be on camera, or they don't want the kids to be on camera. But, you know, I mean, that's for me, and I'm just gonna, I just respect what they want. I mean, I've always liked being on camera. I mean, gosh, since the age of 10, I've been non-stop on camera. Oh gosh, I mean, doing this has not, I think it's been a confidence booster. Which actually leads me to and I actually wanted to do this outside my old house, but, which was, I can't really say, can I? Because I might get in trouble. But my old house where I first started it, it's a council house. Someone rents it. People in the UK are not people, especially as I'm very close to Merseyside, and a lot of people are from the Merseyside area that have come to the UK or come to Wales. I'm in Wales, I'm actually on the border from Cheshire, but we are very close to Merseyside. It's like a 30-minute drive. And you're in Liverpool, Goodison Park, whatever call it. So, I mean, I'm not really a fan of that, but so obviously I can't really. I would love to go out there and just put a camera there and record, but knowing probably the tenant there at the time, that's very unlikely. Because it will either result in me getting hurt, or the police being called, or me being called, whatever. I'm not going to go out there because, like I said, it's a family that lives there. I know that one because I've met someone. I know this sort of stuff, but I've saw, because I go there all the time to see my dad, who lives just over the road. It's a family that lives there. It's a 3-bedroom house, so I'm not obviously going to put a cap on my phone with the camera on opposite the road, just stand there. It's not a busy estate at all. It's quiet. It's always been quiet. You probably see a couple of cars every 30 minutes on average, but it's very quiet. I could just, if I were, I mean, even in the midweek, I can't just set a camera up there because with the issue, it could be a benefit mum or just a full-time mum or dad, although I think the dad works. I don't know. So I'm not even going to chance that, but I'd love to. I might, as soon as I can get access to a green screen, I will go out, I will have Google Maps with that, and I'll just stand there. But no, that house was memories. I mean, I can still remember the rough structure from the back of my hand. That's how much I know. I was there. I mean, I remember when I was growing up, it was, I mean, I used to live, it was that, before I moved to Duffer Drive, I was down at Randon Close, which is the same estate, just further down, but towards the entrance exit of the estate. And I remember it was one of those seats, and I remember I had to share a room with my sister at the time, because there was just 2 of us. Bear in mind, we're both kids. I think toddlers, 5, 6 years old, something like that. And then what? Gosh, it was literally, I think it was 2 beds, a toy box, the dresser, and then one of those CTR tellies, the ones with the analog and the fuzzy and everything, one of the old ones. We didn't even have digital back in the day. I mean, literally, it was just one of them tellies. You just put the rabbit ear aerial in, and boom, you just got the kids' channels, whatever. I mean, nowadays we're getting this freely stuff on the internet, but my childhood was actually quite an interesting one. I mean, either way, growing up, were you, whatever you want to say, DS, those never lasted long, but now, I mean, I've bought my own phones, now I buy my own stuff, that is the reality of it, but, yeah, I mean, gosh, when I first started the channel, I mean, I think it might have just been this little tiny smartphone, I think. Or was it I think it was a little tiny smartphone or a tablet, something like that. It was on my tablet, was a little tiny smartphone that nowadays you probably would struggle to even run YouTube on it, let alone Netflix, whatever. You probably even struggle to load today's Green Gallery up on it. So, I mean, gosh, because given it, no, I wasn't even allowed a SIM card at the time because of how young I was. I mean, really, I wasn't even allowed a phone because back in the day, I used to prank call 999. I'm like, I don't do it now. Thank goodness I don't. I mean, gosh, it was back in the day though. It was because I was born just after CBeebies and CBBC were launched. So it'd be during the day, you'd in on the weekend, you'd have the telly, you can go out, whatever. But then as soon as 7 o'clock hit, boom, upstairs. Because that's when CBBC stopped, but it was also when the soap started, and there was no internet back in. Well, there was internet. It was it's not what it was today. I mean, if you were to update Minecraft back then, it would probably take 10 minutes. Probably take 10 times longer than it would today, roughly, maybe 20 times longer. But by 7 o'clock, you were kicked off the telly and sent upstairs so your mum or dad, whoever, could watch the soaps. Because there was no, I mean, you could record, but there was no catch-up TV back in the day. So if you missed it, unless you got to the +1 channel, you missed it. I mean, well, there was always the obvious stuff which came like on the weekend. People who literally missed it, but otherwise it was literally you were kicked off at 10 o'clock, sent to bed. I mean, I got oh gosh. I mean, I remember it was literally you'd send to bed, DVD player, you usually had a DVD player plugged into your telly, put the DVD in, and those would never last long before you got all dirt and scratches on it. So it was normally it was like £3 at the time at Asda. It contained like 6 Peppa Pig episodes or 6 Ben and Holly, whatever. Normally it was like your kids programs on it, 6 of them. 6 episodes, 5-10 minute episodes on there, and normally just press play, and then that's where you watch going to bed. 7 o'clock that's what happened. I mean, gosh. And then when I was older, I'm still an early nighter, but it was a lot less relaxed. Because my mum had a telly and Sky Box in the kitchen. Don't know if yours did, but my mum had a telly in the kitchen with so she could watch This Morning and all that, the soaps, whatever was on. Because again, Netflix had only just started. BBC iPlayer was rubbish. There's probably more I could go about, but back then when I was at Radnor Close, I was actually never allowed to the park because it was too far. Because literally, there's Radnor Close, there's Dover Drive, and that was the park. I was never allowed on it, not without my mum there. And I remembered almost every night during the summer, the ice cream man would be outside the house when I was at Radnor Close. I had to normally walk a little bit further for Dover Drive, be right outside the house, Radnor Close. She normally go straight out. Literally, was there. It was not 99 pence at the time. You can get them for £1.50 now. Those are 99s. But that was my life when I was younger, growing up. Gosh. But that was it. Gosh, and now present, now, only last month did I go and buy myself my own Xbox. What? The Wii U had since 2014, I've still got it there. Switch, still got it. I've bought my first console I did buy myself with my own money, actually, was my Nintendo DS, 3DS. Which I got from a second-hand store for £50. And so I could continue playing the game because I have bad luck with just the regular 2DS. They would only last months, and I did take proper care of them and everything. So it's like it was hard, but that's why I've got the 2DS. They had one regular 2DSs there for £30, but I chose to get the big one for the new 2DS XL for 100. It was 50 quid. Sorry. And then I remember getting 100 quid off my mum. Before that, and I remember getting my second 2DS. It was gone like I think 4 months gone. And I kept thinking at the time I had a curse for Pokemon because my Let's Go Pikachu cartridge went missing. I played all my 3DS Pokemon games on that, and it just kept breaking. And within, yeah, I mean, gosh, I still have my telly has a DVD player built in. I'm not saying that wouldn't be the case because that would be the case, but it would be more expensive. Nowadays you don't get that, you just get an internet. My telly, it is a smart telly, but you need a little adapter. That's now all built in. I mean, it doesn't work anyways, and it struggles to pick up YouTube and Netflix as it is, so I just use my Fire Stick. But that, I don't really care too much about that. But, yeah, but, you know, I mean, from here to now, I mean, but the celebration, so here's to another 10 years of YouTube. So we're going to hope for the best, another 10 years, and hopefully by the time I'm 30, I'm in my own place. I can be a lot more flexible. I can make not as much noise, but I can be a lot more noisy, and I can actually make some good content. Here's to another 10 years on YouTube.